What up, Slackers? It's September Man here on this June 6, 2017. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I stopped playing video games. Now, I'm someone who used to be a gamer. I played a lot of games over the years, and I definitely still love video games. So don't get me wrong with any part of this message, but I'm going to tell you my reason for why I stopped playing video games. And this goes back a couple of years to when the PlayStation 3 came out. And so I had a PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2. I've owned a NES and a Super Nintendo. I'm not someone who owned a great deal of consoles, but every time they came out with one, once every 7 to 8 years when they would refresh the cycle, that's when I would sort of, buy into the new gaming consoles. And so I remember I had a PS2. I play games that have replay value to them, right? I love RPGs. I love strategy games, story-based games. Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, all that good stuff. I love playing, games like that. And so at the time, I remember, the PS2 games because it was getting older. You could get the games for like, $7 to $10, brand new, about $30. Okay, no big deal. PlayStation 2 consoles had dropped in price as well. Because the day that the PS2 came out, I actually stood in line at Best Buys and I was able to get one. So, I had the whole bragging right and I felt good about it. And oh, yeah, I got this PlayStation 2 and rubbed it in my friend's face because they didn't have one, all this sort of stuff. And it was fun at the time. But when the PlayStation 3 came out, what got me to not purchase it was the initial launching price. I remember at Targets they wanted $4.99 for it, and at Best Buys, one of the bundles that they had it was $5.99. And at that point, I tapped out. I said, you know what? I'm not going to venture this far because games were about 50 to $70 at that time, and I think for the PS3 at the time of launch, the games were roughly about 69.99, so $70. And at the time, I was dating, I was going out, I was going places, and so to play video games and to try to entertain women, I mean, you got to make a lot of money, number one. But the fact of the matter was, is that at that point, I just said, you know what? I'm going to hold off on what I have. I'm going to hold on to what I have. I'll continue to play games and pick games up here and there. But now that I'm into dating and going out and having all this fun, I can't really do those types of activities if I'm blowing 70, $80 on a game. Not only that, games in the way that they're designed, very few of these games today are games that give you 80 hours worth of gameplay. I was talking with a coworker about this, and he was telling me that about the games that he plays, and it pisses him off when he, blows $50 on a game, and basically within 15 hours he's done with it. I remember games back in the day, especially with role playing games, those typically take a lot longer. You get roughly about 80 hours or more worth of gameplay. So that is my reason for why I stopped playing video games. And another big reason too, which I'll go into on another video, is they're a huge distraction. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video right there. Again, leave me your thoughts and comments down below and stay tuned for part two.